Hello and welcome. My name is Adrien. You probably don't recognize me. I had a channel, but I deleted it. But I thought I would make a video talking about Superman. For context, huge superhero fan. Been looking forward to the new Superman movie to the point where I'm sure I've annoyed plenty of people about it all the time, talking about it. Huge comic fan, all the works. Um, for more context, I like James Gunn's movies. I have no allegiance to him as a person. I don't know him. I don't care about him as a. I don't care about him more than I would care about the average person, right? Um, Same thing with Snyder. Uh, I happen to like his movies less, but I think some of his movies are good. I think that the Snyder Cut is a good movie. Uh, all that stuff. I'm a DC fan first. If you see me on Twitter, I'm probably engaging a lot more with pro Superman and pro gun stuff because I'm really excited for the movie, and that's sort of what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about the response and what I think is sort of a bad response from people who are excited for the movie and James Gunn's fans in general in relation to the leaked Daily Beast review that came out that was very negative. Sorry, I'm just going. So, for those of you who don't know, there was a Daily Beast article that came out, and it basically said that the headline was, terrible Superman reboot is the nail in the coffin for DC or for superhero movies, something like that. Called the movie silly, said that, the characters were two-dimensional. Typical critiques you would hear for a superhero movie, at least the latter part. Call it, comic fans might like the geekiness, but, it's just a whirlwind. And obviously, I don't know if that's how I'm going to feel about it or how the general audience is going to feel about it. But I think that Gunn fans, and as someone who thinks Guardians of the Galaxy is the best MCU movie and is one of my favorite movies of all time, so in that regard, I am a Gunn fan. But I think people who want this movie to be good, like I do, are sort of making bad arguments, right? Like, the guy who wrote the article was tweeting about being excited for the Snyder Cut, which is valid. You're allowed to be excited for the Snyder Cut, right? And you're allowed to be a Snyder fan. And being a Snyder fan doesn't mean you don't like James Gunn's work, because this guy had previously given good reviews to Guardians of the Galaxy, and also James Gunn's DC project, The Suicide Squad. He gave a good review to The Suicide Squad. And he mentions how he likes those in the article. So clearly this guy likes Gunn's writing style to a certain degree. They also said that, he didn't like Sinners, which is weird. I mean, Sinners is a great movie, but it's funny because when the World of Real article came out, the same person that wrote that article also was saying bad things about Sinners before it came out, which I think is just funny. How that is the barometer now, which is a valid barometer because it's a great movie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that shouldn't be the barometer. It's just a weird coincidence, like Sinners and the Superman discourse. But then again, like, he may have not liked Sinners, and that's fine. But he didn't like Superman, and yeah, he likes Snyder's movies, but he also likes James Gunn's movies, so he seems pretty unbiased. Now, he liked Cap 4. I think that's the best argument James Gunn's fans have. He liked Cap 4. Because Cap 4 is not a bad movie, but this guy was giving it some praise, right? And I refuse to believe that Superman is worse than Cap 4, right? But the best argument to make, without sounding like cope, is just like, it's one review. Like, it's that simple. Like, we are so up in arms. We're like, oh, the Snyder cult is going to, attack us, so we must, create 7 reasons why, like, this review doesn't matter or is fake, or... It's like, no. Some people don't like a movie that you like. The Batman is my favorite movie of all time. Has 85 on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, it's 15% of people gave it a negative review. Okay? You know what I mean? Like, okay. That's just how it is. Guardians 3, I think, has, like, 82 Rotten Tomatoes? Let me look that up. Yeah, 82 Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, I got that right. 82 Rotten Tomatoes. Come on. 82 Rotten Tomatoes for Guardians 3. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. But it's okay. It doesn't... Me seeing that number doesn't take away from my enjoyment of the movie. Now, if you're worried about bad reviews affecting the movie's box office, we can go back to what Viewer Anon was saying about how it seems like in the press screening it was 5-1 positive, or 4-1, 5-1 positive to negative, which would yield an 80, 85-ish% critics' Rotten Tomato score, which I think would be good and solid, and basically guarantee the movie makes $700+ million. But there's no need for this trying to discredit this person. Say, oh, this person didn't like Sinners. They clearly don't know anything about movies. It's like, I'm sure there's movies that you like that I don't like that are considered really good, and movies that I like that you don't like that are also considered really good, right? Like, I've seen people talk about how they don't like The Dark Knight. I think The Dark Knight is a phenomenal movie, right? But I'm not going to revoke someone's cinema card because they don't like a movie, right? It just feels like weird behavior on our parts. I say our part, not our part as in a gun stan, but our part as in someone who wants the movie to be good, to just be like, it's one review. Let's see how the rest of the reviews are. I saw 2 more reviewers imply that they thought the movie was good. So that was cool, right? But it doesn't really matter, right? It only matters what the overall Rotten Tomatoes score is, how many people go and see it, and the word of mouth. But even if the Rotten Tomatoes score is 60, let's say it's 60, if you go and watch the movie and it's the Superman movie you've always wanted, who cares? Right? You can be worried about the future of the DCU, which is why I care about the movie. But when you're in that theater in that moment, just enjoy it. And don't think about the critics. Right? And then we can have the discourse afterwards. So I guess my overall message is chill. It's one review. Maybe the movie's terrible. Maybe the movie's great. We don't know. It's one review. No need to make weird, or not weird, but no need to try and immediately run defense, because it makes us look defensive and scared. And coping. Us being people who want the movie to be good. Anyway, thanks.